Somebody put some music in the food for me. Give me some reggae, reggae sauce. Hot, hot reggae, reggae sauce. Nice.
It's great to meet you, Levi. You've brought the sun with you, but what brings you to Dorset?
Well, for me, coming to different places and trying to give that eternal message that I have that, if Levi Roots can do it, then anyone can do it. It's important for me to get that message across. So when I'm asked by the organizers of the Christchurch Food Festival, for me, say yes, I want to come here, I want to show my passion, I want to show that it's possible for you to have a dream and, and have a focus on a business plan and to actually make it. Because like I said in there, business doesn't belong to anybody. We can all do it.
And you launched your Reggae Reggae brand back in 2007. Can you tell us a bit more about how it all happened?
I've spoken about this many a time, but it's still very fresh because, as I said, I did what I wanted to do. I remained me to do something that a lot of people have done, but had to pretend that they are on the Dragon's Den show. I wanted to be Levi Roots, the man that loves his music, was passionate about his music and his food, and not because it was a show about finance and enterprise. I could have left my guitar at home because the story is why you're doing with the guitar on a show about business and enterprise. But again, that was me, and I always wanted to express myself. One of my top sayings is be the best of you. And I thought I was the best Levi Roots that I could be after many years of trying and many years of failure, and learn from those failures. And now I am the best of me, and that's what I went to Dragon's Den with.
For those unfamiliar with Caribbean food, what key ingredients would you tell them about?
Well, there's two things that's really prevalent in Caribbean sauces and kind of food and stuff. And one is this good Scotch bonnet chili. I think that represents our form of chilies in the Caribbean, the Scotch bonnet. But secondly is this spice called the allspice berry, which Jamaicans call it the pimento berry. Or the Jamaican pepper. These two ingredients make up what jerk is. And in Jamaica, if you don't have allspice in it, then officially you cannot call it jerk. So these two are really important in Caribbean cooking. But of course, our most famous sort of dish is the ackee and saltfish, because that is Jamaica's national dish.
And what have you been cooking today?
Today I've been doing some of the stuff for my new book, Grill It with Levi. I think I wanted to come here and do something which is really Caribbean, that second to none about Caribbean, and that's the jerk chicken, because that represents what Caribbean food is about. And I think if I'm coming to Christchurch and says I'm going to represent Caribbean or Jamaica, I've got to come with all guns blazing. So it went down really well. And of course, I did also something called my Caribbean coleslaw, which is one of my favorite dishes of all time.
And what's in that?
Well, it's a very healthy version of a coleslaw that has no mayonnaise or anything like that in it, no salad cream, no mayonnaise, and it's really healthy, it's really fun, and it's the most wonderful thing that you'll get.
So it's been 8 years since it all started. What can we expect from you now?
Well, for us now, it's got to be about restaurants, isn't it? I spoke about that, 7 years ago as part of the business plan when I first came on Dragon's Den. And I do think it's time now that we actually make that dream come true. I wanted to use the sort of first 5 to 6 years to build the brand strongly first, because I know everybody thought that I could have done the restaurant earlier, but I think that you've got to stay true to your business plan. You can't jump outside the pages and doing other things that's not in it. So we wanted to build the brand very strongly in the UK first before we did that. And I think the brand is very strong, and we've done a great job with that.
Where can we expect your restaurants?
Well, it'd be great to have it in my local Brixton, South London, where I'm from, as the first one. But I do think that we are a mainstream brand. We're lucky enough to have the support of people, from John O'Groats to Land's End. People have heard about the sauce and experienced it.
And if you expand, would you come to Dorset?
Absolutely. I think Dorset fits well, for the brand and to bring this Caribbean cuisine here where people are excited about food. My 2 exhibitions so far has been phenomenal, People know about food. They even know a lot about Caribbean food as well, because it's a very foodie type of festival. So it would be exciting for me to bring my first, not restaurant.
So I must ask, who influenced your cooking?
There's been quite a few there. My grandmother, of course, everyone knows I talk about her because she sort of taught me everything in life. as both mom and dad because I spent more time with her as a child than I did with my parents. But my mom also taught me, a great deal as well. So it's grandmother and grandma, and of course I picked up a lot from Ainsley Harriott, and he was my inspiration as a celebrity chef on TV before I did it. I thought Ainsley really helped me back then just by watching him.
You're an inspiration to so many people who are out there who have a dream that they want to spread what they can do. What advice would you give them?
Well, my advice is always about the business plan, because people will always think they can cut corners, or they may have a great idea to do with something, but no plan. It starts with the plan, and the plan has got to have a start and have an ending as well. So I don't think you should skip on the plan. It's got to be about the plan. And plus, I think one of the other important things, when you have the plan, it's got to be a long-term plan, because that's another thing people that they can do, is that something happens overnight. It took us 8 years before I can safely be saying to you, I want to build my restaurant and I think my company is ready now to do it. So it doesn't happen overnight. So it's the business plan on a long-term version.
Well, I'm looking forward to coming to see your new restaurant. Lovely to talk to you.
Thank you very much.